Hey everybody, what you see here is a vintage Emerson 16-inch desk fan, model 77648AS. Now this one is another fan that I already have one of, which you can see, obviously, but this one is a slightly different model. Now, this one I actually found on Facebook Marketplace. I found it for 30 bucks, which is a really good price for these. These typically are seen at much higher prices, like, I don't know, between 90 to like 100, sometimes even over 100. Yeah, seeing them for less than like $80 is pretty rare to find. So I was obviously going to get this one at that price. So, um, yeah, I picked it up yesterday. Um, and I've just been kind of cleaning it up, kind of doing a little bit of work on it here and there. Uh, but it's in really, really good condition. It's in pretty much almost mint condition, basically. I do think it was restored sometime in the 70s. The cord has been replaced, and I think that the grommets have as well, but everything else is still original. It works perfectly fine. The people I got it from were really nice. They let me test it while they still had it to make sure everything worked. And yeah, this one is from 1954. It's actually a year older than the other one there. That one is, of course, my 77648SO, which I made a video of at the beginning of last month. This one is a different model, and there are some differences. The main difference between these two is the color, or the finish. On the 77648SO, you can see it's kind of a lighter brown, almost like a metallic brown. Same with the blades, they're a lighter shade. On the AS, it's a much darker brown, almost like a chocolate. And it's still glossy, but it's... Actually, no, this one is more glossy than that one. So, yeah. It also, it is a smoother paint job. Yeah, that's very glossy. But yeah, so the other difference, of course, you can see is the badge. Now, when I took a video of this one, I mentioned that there were some that had different badges, and this is one of them. As you can see, it's just the little emblem here with nothing on the outside, and the Emerson Electric tag, or the Emerson Electric logo, in the middle, as opposed to this one with the larger border and the rings around it. This one's also a little bit... this one is a different type of material. I think this one may be ink stamped or something like that. But this one is like engraved. So, and maybe that one's engraved too. It's just a different kind of engraving. But yeah, either way, a different type of badge. And this one's also brass, which is really nice. But yeah. So now I'm going to turn the fan to the side so you can see. This one has, it's basically the same thing as the other one, which I'll also turn to the side. But this one's finish is in much better condition. It has pretty much no scratches on the back or anything, no dents. This one's got some pretty bad denting and scratching on the back of the bullet here, as well as there. It may have been wall mounted, I don't know. But this one is pretty much perfect. And like I said, I think it was restored back in the 70s. It's only really the only bit of damage. Switch is all there and everything. And like I said, the cord was replaced. It has this 70s sort of brown cord with a molded plug, which I'll show in a minute. But the grommets have been replaced too, I think, because on the other one here, there are these standard rubber grommets, you know, that you see on all fans pretty much of this time. But on this one, there are these little plastic threaded pieces. As you can see, it's threaded into there, and that actually has threads on it. So I'm not sure, maybe these are original? But that's very strange. I didn't know that they that they came with those. I thought they were replacements, but since that piece is threaded, or the casting is threaded on the base, they may actually be original. I don't know. The head wire is original for sure. It's the original cloth-covered one. And on the motor, it's an actual grommet there. The oscillator on this one does work, and it is that exact same variable oscillation arc. The same one that this one has, where you turn it, and there's a little thing that adjusts the radius of the pivot point on the wheel from being further out to more in the middle. In the very middle is stationary, and then the further out it goes, the wider the oscillation arc goes. I demonstrated that in the last video of that one. But yeah, still a very cool feature, one that you will not see on any fan of today, and I think that oscillator wheel is still a little greasy. But yeah, it does have the wing nut and everything. The felt on the bottom of the base is still there on this one too, which is very good and very surprising because that one's felt is like pretty much gone. I haven't taken the base off yet. I don't know if I'm going to because the felt is like so perfect, and I don't want to like ruin it to get into the screw holes. But I assume this one does have the capacitor in there too. Actually, I can see it a little bit in there below the switch. So it does have the same sardine tin capacitor, which definitely still works, as the fan still works. So, yeah, and then the last thing I wanted to show you was the tag on the top here, which is underneath of the handle. It's a little bit different than this one, which, again, this one is chrome or like silver, but this one is brass, so that's interesting. But you can see 77648 AS, 115 volts, 60 cycles, 0.75 amps. And then the date code is right there. It's hard to see. If I zoom in there, you can see it. It's 34, so the way to calculate the date of these is you add 20 to that number, so that makes this one a 1954 model. Whereas this one, the SO, is a 1955 model because it has 35. This one also has the number on the side there. I think that might be the patent number or something. It's on the bottom on this one, which is interesting. So they changed the labels around a bit between 54 and 55. And then, of course, the oil hole on the back, which they all have. So, now, I'm going to turn both of these around. Well, first I want to show you the plug, actually. Here's the plug. It's a regular molded plug. Is it GE? They got a GE cord for the Emerson fan. Interesting. So, yeah, that's pretty cool. So I'll plug it in, and now we will turn the fan on. Alright, let's start the fan up on low speed. It's got a really nice startup sound, and it's still getting up to speed. too much for this small room. I cannot wait to use both of these this summer. Also, this one is in much better balance than that one. Yeah, this one has no shaking, no rattling at all, no vibration. It's solid. Alright, spin it down. Okay, that's a long spin down time. It was long when I got it, but I did oil it, so that probably helped a bit. So now, I guess I'll demonstrate the oscillation, but I'm not going to do the full, like, variable demo like I did last time. I'll do it maybe like half at first. I don't know. Let's see. I'm going to twist it maybe like halfway, and then start it up on low. That's probably not quite halfway. It's just a little bit. Let's see. There we go. It's probably about half. I'm going to do it all the way now. It's going to blow everything around, of course. And just like with the SO, it's 0 to 75 degrees, I believe, and this is the full 75-degree arc. And this is just low, and it is already blowing everything around. Right, medium. Now these have a pretty reasonably fast, like not too fast, not too slow oscillation arc. Moderate speed. Okay. High. And this is where everything starts blowing off the walls. Okay. Everything starts blowing away. And turn it off. Spin it down once more, I suppose. Alright. So these were made from, I believe, the mid to late 30s, sometime then, around then, until the 70s. These were a very long production run. They were, like I said in the last video, they are known as one of the best fans ever made, and I can attest to that. These things are solid. And in my big book of fans here, this is just some of the advertising, but these are some of the ones that they have displayed. And then there was, where were they? That's the AN. This one. That's the 77648 SO. That's that one. But they got the pictures mixed up because that's the SO. And that's that one, 79, with the thin blades. But then, where's the AS? Okay, this was the very first ones with the S-shaped cage. These 77648AK. So that would be the predecessor to this one. This one has the different style cage with the flower. So that's the 79. So there's the 77646 AS. That's the 12-inch version of this one. And as you can see, that one's 1939. So they don't have a picture of this exact one, the 77648 AS, but no big deal. I don't think that there's anything I left out about this one. So that is the Emerson 16-inch oscillating desk fan, model 77648 AS, and some further addition to the 77648 SO. So thank you guys for watching as always, and I will see you in the next video.